Greetings to all of you, and I'm certainly honored to welcome you to this moment. For some of you, the long awaited, others will be much anticipated. This is very, very important in reference to public information. I know that some of you are waiting for quite a while for me to speak to this matter, but you should be aware of how I function, which is not to jump on what are called bandwagons and just follow people for the sake of following them. Greetings and hello as you join the broadcast. To those of you saints, I bid you shalom. And please indicate to me whether you can hear me clearly both on YouTube and also on Facebook. If you're joining via YouTube, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and the notification bell so that you'll be made aware as to when I am uploading. I think I'll be going to be doing more, using more of the Streamlabs platform. It's easier, I don't, because I have some glitches regarding my converting files from Facebook, the URL, to make it applicable for YouTube. Welcome to this broadcast. Very, very important. This is informative and it's also educational. It is not what you may think it would be. But if you are interested in having information, I'm prepared to share that with you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Are you hearing me clearly and are you seeing clearly? E-Networks, I guess you're joining GPL. You're being paid for a service. I know here in Linden. And you might as well offer it for free. You may as well offer us a service for free because it is ridiculous. I don't know what Yannick, I don't know if he's still a manager here or whatever it is, but it is just atrocious. And I'm unable to do what I do, which is inform the public, interact with the public, present matters of spiritual and cultural insurance. So Theodore, turn the mic down a little. Okay. But that's a good time, Theodore, when I can have that kind of potency for my mic. So I'll turn my volume down a bit. Okay. Good. Is that better? You're getting a cracking sound. Okay. Okay, Theodore, I've adjusted the audio. Tell me if it's good now, please. The sound is a bit choppy. See, that could be from the internet distortion, but I've turned it down as Theodore suggested. I've adjusted my mic volume because this has to be heard by all of you. This is very, very important. So tell me if you hear me clearly, please. I know there's also a lag, so I've made an adjustment to my audio setting. A little more? Okay. All right. They should be fine. So let's see how this is going to work. It's better now. Now I want this to be excellent, not just a little better. All right. Because of what we have to address. I want it to be excellent, given that which we have to speak to this evening or tonight. Okay. Some say it's better. Good. Okay. So we're speaking to the contracts, the road contracts being awarded here in Linden. Those of you on YouTube, those on Facebook, greetings to all of you. It's good now, Theodore? Excellent. Good quality. Okay, so we spent 5 minutes trying to have the audio sorted out because I want you to hear me clearly. I don't believe in having audio and video presentations that are improper or unfit for public hearing. Better. Thank you so much. Okay. So we'll work with this then. I'll try not to shout because I'm inclined to do so, right? But I'll try to restrain myself. So, as a preamble, just to introduce it to what we're speaking here this evening. Maybe about 2 weeks ago or so, one Edgel, who's paid to be the Minister of Works, Public Works, came to Linden, and just by the way, I was informed that there's going to be the doling out of contracts for road works. I came and I did a broadcast, and I said, okay, I'll present myself to this forum. And one of the reasons was to essentially prove to all and sundry what the general nature of this administration's supporters, I should say in this case. What is it? And then what is the PPP administration's agenda regarding Region 10 and how they treat with these situations in general? I told you, and it happened, the perfection. This lady, Jackie Bourne from NCN, she proved me to be absolutely right to the letter. And maybe I should upload that. Don't stay right here. I'm going to see if I can upload an image for you, because this needs to be made public. As I speak to you, I'm searching for an image to upload, okay? I want to show you all something. You need to see this tonight. Jackie Bourne. Found it. That should be it. Right. I should you hopefully be able to read it. Now, I said to you that here's what's going to happen. There's $7+ billion worth of contracts to be, they said, that would have been doled out here in Linden. $8 billion if you include Ituni and Kakwani, I think it is. And the plan would have been to, or was presented to me and to the public, that they intend to have over 400 contractors awarded these contracts. Now, last I checked, I hope that you hear me clearly here, because we're going into the meat of this whole discussion here. Last I checked, you cannot find 100 people who are called true contractors and who really do work, what are called building contractors, who work with concrete or wood or both. And then those who deal with the construction of asphalt roads, you don't find them like that. You have, no construction, that would have been around a while. And then others came along. And I noticed that ever since the PPP, what they call, took office, many people became contractors. And I'm just repeating certain things I said to you for years, that essentially what happens with the PPP is that they have a policy, I would like to think it is, internally, that is, it's not a law. It may be a party ideology or policy, and that is that they take care of their supporters. You cannot fault them for that. They don't care how badly it looks. They ensure that those people who support them are rewarded financially. Certain key people, APNU or the PNC or APNU, AFC, whatever you want to call them, have a different mentality. They ensure that they don't want to look bad. So one group has an image to protect, which is actually, for me, it's a non-existent image. But in their head, they have this image to protect. The other group, being the PPP, don't care about any image. As far as they're concerned, if you, as they would say, throw your belly out for them, you get rewarded. They don't care who says what. They don't mind. You see, critic, he boasts that he got contracts to build pump station. Where is it now? $800+ million, I think it is. What state is it in? And then he was awarded something else because he is the chosen one to interview Jagdeo. Jagdeo is not a vice president, by the way. There's nothing called a vice president in our constitution in reference to an exclusive office. So you may have Mark Phillips as the prime minister and the first vice president. That's how it goes. You may have someone who's minister of finance and the second vice president. Minister of Home Affairs, he could be the third vice president, whatever it is, but there's nothing called a vice president again. And all these more, listen to me. Sorry for going here, but I'm trying not to shout and get mad today. Let me tell you, because APNU, you stand in parliament. APNU AFC members of parliament, I'm speaking to all y'all, you are called legislators. You make laws in Guyana. You have that power to do so. You are legislators. You are the legislative arm of this nation. You can make laws in Guyana. You can repeal them or remove them from the books. Now, you know that the law, the Constitution, says nothing about anybody called vice president, and you people still do it. That's why I don't support you, because you don't got sense yet. You all are afraid to even tell Jagdeo that he's not anything called a vice president. There's nothing in our constitution that lends itself to what Jagdeo has created, or Ali, or whoever it is. There's nothing called a vice president. You getting feedback? I don't know what's happening to this thing. Let me see if I can switch to these. I don't know, man. Let's see what's gonna happen here. I'm going to use my earpiece and see how it works. Let's see what's going to happen. Because you really need to hear me tonight. I'm already getting mad. Is this better? Let's see. Is this good? I'm now using my earbuds, so tell me if you can hear me clearly, please. Charlene said that she's getting feedback, so I want to make some adjustments to see if you can get me clearly. I switched to using my earbuds. Theodora, how is it? It's better? Clearer? If I had my device next to me. Okay, good. All right. So I don't know where we got this notion from that Guyana has anything called a vice president. I don't know where we arrived with this nonsense from. Jagdeo didn't want to become minister of anything. So Jagdeo, apparently, being the head of the PPP, and Ali, good. Ali decided, because he's paid to be president. So he decided, so we created this position called, maybe Jagdeo did it, vice president. So he's called minister of finance, minister of social services, minister of anything. All right? He's now called vice president. And the PNC, I don't care what the PPP did, the PNC, or APNU AFC, y'all decided that you're going to jump and play the same nonsensical role. And I must listen to y'all talk to me. He is not a vice president unless he carries another portfolio. There's nothing called exclusive vice president. Let me move on from that. So I knew, I could tell you hands down that the decision was made that, okay, we'll come to Linden and we'll dole out these 400+ contracts. Now, you cannot find 400 contractors in Linden. You can't find 400 contractors in Georgetown. But there are people who will be called contractors. I went on the broadcast and I said, listen, let us, because I know what they wanted to do. The PPP had every intention of ensuring that only those who are in their camp, as they would say, is one a week, would receive a portion of the $7 billion. And I said to you 2 weeks ago that what will happen is that once I show up, and other people show up, they're going to try to say, you know what? They make remarks to try to dissuade you or to push you away, and the people from the PNC camp wouldn't want to go because they'd be pushed away. But no, I don't represent the PNC. I don't represent APNU. I don't represent AFC. I represent me and people who have sense and strength and courage. So I showed up. And Edgel spoke. And Edgel said that no contracts would be signed at that forum. It would have been a pre-qualification exercise. There were about 400 or more people in there. They didn't meet under any tent, crammed into the Tuku guest house. And that's the first forum where I see that the PPP has an issue. Remember Ali, before that, had his 5:30 in the morning meeting. And Ali was live shouting at people and stuff like that. So Edgel came, and in some instances, I think I can agree with one Edgel, because people, you're adults. I went to a business forum. Understand me clearly, please. That's why I took my time before I came to this broadcast tonight. I went to a business engagement as one who is the owner of Genesis Construction and Logistics, legally registered over a year ago. I went to a business engagement to represent my company. I didn't go to a political rally. I didn't go to a high school party. I didn't go to a primary school meeting. I didn't go to nursery school assembly. You're adults. And if Edgel said simply, complete X form, the first issue I have with that is, if you are going to have this engagement, send a public notice out. But I guess, again, you didn't want the public to know. There's a pre-qualification meeting. Go to X place and receive forms. 1 month ago, you could have done that. Receive forms. Complete the forms. You should inform the public then. You should have these copies of the said documents and the original documents. So before you show up there, you have your compliance, business registration, ID card, TIN. That's not your TIN number. It's your TIN certificate, not tint either. Tint is darkening of something. The TIN certificate. Now, once you have all of that, people don't have to be scurrying down the road or running out of the place to get things photocopied, because you'd have had foreknowledge. But if the plan would be, no, we don't inform anybody, we just gather whoever comes and get them the form, it doesn't work like that. It's a business and forum meeting. It's a business. But Edgel, I know, knows that many people who showed up there are nothing close to being contractors. They just want a little hustle. So people are scurrying to get things done. Okay, they completed the form. Is called. They said this is a pre-qualification. Fine. At that forum, as I said, I agree with him. Sometimes he had to be very sorry with some people. But I said, hold on, like me in primary school here. So I went to the back because nobody been shouting at me. It's simple. Queue or form a line, receive your form, fill it, and return. When you return, there are people sitting on the table who will check your documents and show they're verified. That couldn't be done. But here's the thing for me. When Edgel had to go, he said he had to go to a meeting somewhere. By John took over the microphone and believed that he's the finale number 2. And then Sancha Hali, as far as I know her to be, Councillor Hali, took the microphone and decided she could try to talk to people in the same manner too. Go here, sit here. No, not tonight, not tonight. Like, what the heck? I could not believe it. So I was sitting in the back by the bar because of me. Not one of them would make the mistake of speaking to me like that at any forum. But I was amazed that adults were scurrying, and it shows you the economic depression of this community. When people have to be running like that just to know they aren't qualified yet. This is what we call pre-qualification. It is crazy. So as a contractor, a building contractor, I'm sitting in this room wondering, now hold on, is this how the PPP does business? This is a business you're doing with the state, not with the PPP. You're doing business with the state of Guyana, the state with the people. We are the people. So I'm Guyanese, others may be Guyanese. You are there to do business with those who represent you. And councillor, local government councillor Harley, come out. No, sit here. No, no, yeah, don't try that. Don't try that. I'm like, what in the world is this? So I waited. I waited until all the dust settled. I sat at the bar. I don't want to share something with you all because you have to understand maturity in this life. I sat with the Ghani and other people because of me. I don't have a, I don't, how many can recall how often I say this to you? I don't have personal issues with people unless I know you personally. We don't have personal problem. I have principled issues with people. I have an issue maybe with what you represent or what you support. But I could speak to anybody, and I proved this on 2 occasions. Even Edwin and I shook hands and talk because to me, I don't play this let me fight that dog game. And not a man on the planet could drag me to that schoolboy nonsense. I don't agree with the PP's ideology. I can't stand up in the FC's weakness. They are way too weak from the leadership that is. I'm afraid of I don't know what. Maybe they're waiting for the US to put them in office as they did for the PPP. Maybe that's what they're waiting for. But there's nobody who could encourage me to oh, don't talk to this one. Akani did many broadcasts about me. Akani said many things about me on his broadcast, but that doesn't make him my enemy. Shanghai said that Shanghai wouldn't be able to lead me in life because Shanghai is not a leader to me. That doesn't make Shanghai my enemy. I express my view. Shanghai and I could meet and talk as normally, but Jagdi and I could meet and talk as normally because I don't have personal issues with people. Irfan and I could meet and talk as normally ever, no problem. But if anybody thinks you could stand up and shout at me as Jagdi does to Angel or whoever, it is not me, boy. I don't play that game. Don't, no. Once you think that you're qualified to talk to me as if I'm some little private school child, and I didn't even shout at children like that. I don't play that. So I waited. While waiting, I started and talked to people in the room, but I noticed that this room here was more or less one in which people were expected to be supporters of the PPP. And if you're not, you don't belong there. So let me show you proof. So I saw a group of them. And while I waited for my last person, I noticed that they were conversing. One of them was sitting at the table trying to take my photograph. I know what was happening. Then one of them, he knows himself. He walked across the room and took my photograph. Let me show you this. Let me show you what they did. And then this photograph was shared. Of course, it wouldn't take the risk of putting this on Facebook. Jackie and anybody else, Dwight John, Sanchez, anyone you all know better than putting my photograph anywhere on Facebook to say anything of that nature. So they shared it in a chat group, not private. But let me show you what they said, what Jackie said. Theodore, you're hearing me clearly? E-Network's doing the most tonight, as usual. Let the world see this. I want the whole world to see what Jackie Bond is about. She worked at NCN. The image is too small, isn't it? Stay right there, don't move. All right, are we good? There. So let me show you. I hope it will be back because I want to find this thing for you all. I went to find it. You have to zoom in your phone, right? Zoom in a bit. I went to find it to show all and sundry what we're dealing with it. All right. Can you all see that? I'm back. I have to go and grab this photograph to bring it back to you all. Can you see that? Respond to me saying that the broadcast is live, still live. Look at that. We went across the room and took my photograph, waiting. That's me waiting to submit the document, right? Now, this image was taken and shared in a chat group that I'm a part of. That's me here. That's me right there, right? Okay. Now, y'all watch this. Look at this carefully. Pretty woman, that's Jackie Bowen, right? That's Jackie, NCN Jackie. Look at what she wrote to the bottom. Like somebody want for drink soup now. This is a big grown woman, MSC financial members, right? There's a PP Lucky here. And look at what she typed in Mackenzie Sports Club Financial Members Group. This is what she said. A grown old clown. So I told you all what happened. The thing is, okay, let's behave in this manner, like untrained roaches, so that we push people away. I'm a businessman. I went to a business firm to do business with the state. This was true because Jackie wouldn't Bowen would not make this mistake to share to do this publicly. But I saw when the woman across him to take my photograph, and I allowed him to do it because that's what I knew was going to happen. So Jackie said, like, somebody want for drink soup now. See that? This Jackie Bowen, NCN reporter. And that's when things happen, like what happened to school. She never show up there to interview the parents because I'm present. That's this woman here. Jackie Bowen. So what was my response? Oh man, PPP's but lickers will never get it right. That's what he said. The game being played to have persons shy away from the rightful and lawful opportunities will not work here. What you dogs want is to gobble down $7 billion among the brown noses or nosers. Wrong man, wrong plan. Not me. That was my response to Jackie. Let me say what decent woman Jackie Bowen said. Right? So somebody said something to her. She said, Stu, you too. I know him always building or boasting he's a class 1, grade 1 teacher. So she follows me closely. I'm going to use a bad word, but I'm just reading what she said. Somebody asked me to read. Ain't no, he is a contractor. NCN reported Jackie Bowen. Right? That's the quality of people that the PPP has supporting them. That's the gutter rat mentality they have to deal with. Now, let me help you with this. That's expected from gutter rats and bobtail pigeons. However, MP Figueroa is in the group. Aubrey Norton is in the group. Charles Ramson is in the group. I think David Sears may be in the group. I know Norton, and what's his name? Figueroa in that group. And none of them address this PPP lucky right here. Not one of them addressed this woman. None of them. Not to defend me, mind you what I said, because she presented to them exactly what I said. Listen, this $7 million here, whoever comes into the soup drinker, if you're from another party or from another side or somewhere else, I don't represent PNC. But their support, some of their people were there. So what happened? Oh, attack London, and none of us can talk. I am legally, or the owner of a legally registered business for more than a year. So I didn't just pop up there 2 weeks ago and said, oh, let me just register something quick and get a little contract here and there. No. And I said that it is my right to do business with the state as anyone else's right is. However, you have to be qualified to do so. Now, how could, and mind you, I must say that in that room when we were there, where you saw my photograph just now, no one, because I'm a grown man and I don't report foolishness, there's no one who was in my face being disrespectful or distasteful. Not one. And I know they full-blown, many of them who spoke to full-blown PP supporters, but they were not antagonistic or disrespectful. You know why? Because I was not either. I went there to do business, not to represent PNC, not to represent PPP or APNU or AFC or anybody, even the People's Movement. I went there to do business as a businessman. I want y'all to see what the likes of Jackie Bourne is about. I have to check my phone down. I'll stay right. This phone sometimes just goes berserk. Give me a minute. Jackie, I am here to say to you, and it spoke volume to the quality of people that I deal with. And I think people understand what I'm about. There's nobody who said, oh, why you come here for London? Only this moron. And she did it in the chat. But I would like to submit to you that there was no one who interacted with me from the PPP camp or any other camp in a disrespectful manner, because I don't do that. I don't have personal issues with people. That's why I said I could talk to anybody. People became shook man, we talk, whatever, because I don't have that foolishness around me. Now, if you do nonsense, I'll address you. Now, I presented my documents because it was for pre-qualification. And I know that obviously my business has been existing for over a year, so I'm more than qualified. I've been doing work. People see that I do work. I post it publicly, and many things I don't post, so fine. Here comes the other part. So I got a phone call saying, you've been awarded a contract and you expect it to be at a signing on Saturday. I think I got that call on Saturday. So people didn't mind whether I was in Georgetown or wherever it is. I think on Friday afternoon. But no, it doesn't matter, because those who desperate for contracts in Linden, they would just run around the place and do things. I have a business to run. Nonetheless, I said I present myself. So I came and I received the start a big tent now. That's where people came back. I was sitting at the tent of the two guest house again, and this time Mark Phillips came. And Dwight John, being the regional executive officer, he opened the thing with his remarks. Now, mind you, I was told as a contractor that I'm going to sign a contract. Again, I went for a business engagement. I showed up to sign my contract as a businessman. And what does Dwight John get up to do? I took note of it because we're sitting there. Never before has this, this is historic. He said never before has this happened. No, never before a madman, only a nutcase would say, oh, we don't have 400 contractors. We don't have 400 people who are contractors. But we just create contractors out of clear blue sky and give you less than 1 month to build a whole road, not to build a little bridge somewhere to prove you could do with concrete work. Not to build maybe a wall somewhere in a drain somewhere so you could do. No, we're going to introduce you to this contracting work by giving you a whole road to build. Never before has it happened, said Dwight John. And they were streaming live. Some of what wasn't said, you saw it if you're watching. And Dwight John, being the regional executive officer, that is a public servant's job, and it is one in which you are appointed by the ministry responsible for a local government. And that's where it ends politically. Or it should. You don't dress in red because everybody there wasn't red. Everybody there wasn't green or yellow. I was nothing in reference to your colors. I was there to do business. But here I am, having to deal with somebody who started, I knew this. So I told myself, well, I'm like, this is a political rally we have here or what? Because I had somewhere to go. I had to travel to the city. I have a legitimate business to do. I had to go and do a site inspection in Georgetown, and there I am sitting down. Somebody's supposed to meet me in the city to do a site inspection for a job I have to do. My company has to do. And I have to sit there for 4 hours. Just about 3 to 4 hours. And Dwight John spoke about what the PPP would do and what the PPP is doing. Listen to me. Listen to me carefully. When I have to do, and people who near to me understand how I am. I don't play when it comes to my business. I am not playing with business. This is legacy and generational wealth I'm seeking to create, not on the back of some political party. Not because Ali is my boy or Edger is my boy. I could have gone many a time and speak to people. I told you that. If tomorrow I say, okay, I'm not tired of y'all, PNC I'm tired of you, AFC I'm tired of you, TCL or TPL, whatever y'all name is, GPI tired of all y'all, I join the PPP. If I say that tomorrow, within 1 month, I'll be a multi-millionaire. It was said to me in many circles, and I know it to be true. I told you that I was offered huge machinery, whatever you want. We'll make it happen. And I said that the ideology is what I have an issue with. You understand me? I would never submit myself to an ideology, a way of thinking that doesn't sync with what is normal and right. I don't believe in elitism. I don't believe in anybody thinking that they're elite in how they function. Don't tell me because you shake my hand or you talk to somebody somewhere and you give somebody some food or something, you're down to earth. No. I believe that if I have got 50 cars and somebody has none, that person should not be walking. That's how I process. I believe that every Guyanese, not black people, Indian people, Chinese people, Armenian people, no. I believe that every Guyanese has a right to enjoy life in this country because we have the wealth to allow us to do so. I believe that. That is my deepest conviction. So shake hand and smile and Ali come hug you on your shoulder doesn't make, oh, Ali's a nice guy. No, I don't play that game. I do not play that game. Because once you want to give me the impression that you're a big boy and I'm a little boy, you can get cut down. And I'm a big boy. I don't run behind people and oh, because you this. Even if you are the president of this country or prime minister, yes, prime me running behind nobody, or Mr. Phillips. I don't do that nonsense. Because Mark Phillips is a servant of mine. He's a servant of the people. He's not the ruler of Guyana. Ali is not the ruler of this country. Ali has been positioned there to do business on my behalf. And that's why I talk about him the way I do, because Ali speaks for me as a Guyanese, whether I like it or not. His position allows him to speak for me internationally. So he got to talk properly. I don't have to like him, he doesn't have to like me, but he has to represent me well enough. So there I was with the sign, and Dwight John started. I don't expect better from Dwight John. Then, of course, Edgel took the microphone. And in his usual, I know a preacher's man. So Edgel had a ball. And I just spoke to all the things he did. And here's some y'all get mad at me, but let me tell you this. Because I told you this years ago. I said to Granger before elections were had, I'm talking about public speaking here. Publicly I said it. I said to this man, if you see you allowed the PPP, to ever one day have a chance to say to you that for all these years when you were in office, you never did anything significant for Linden, I said you are a failure. Because Linden votes overwhelmingly for the PNC. They don't vote for AFC. Linden votes PNC. And I said Linden has given you the most support in reference to electoral demographics. Do right. This man passed through Linden, crossed the Wisma Bridge, got to Madia, went to Lethem, built those places up. Now you have to get mad at me. The road by GRA was like the moon, craters on the moon. I don't know if you remember that. Costarina Drive by GRA Road, they call it. They passed through that and went into Madia, went into Lethem, and let the regional vote y'all. That's about sense you got. You abandon your own people, not me, because I'm not one of y'all. But I said to you, Granger, that it would be a disgrace the day that the people could ever say that when they do one road in this town, they did more than you. And I don't want to know nothing, no all money. Because Bartica, let them didn't have all money. And you fix your build road and let them. Madia didn't have all money, and you built roads in Madia. But you pass here. You passed through this town and did nothing in reference to road work by Costarina Drive. So don't tell me no oil money. You are being taxed to our throats. I told you, Jordan, it doesn't make any sense. Don't tax the hell out of people because you're going to hurt people. You taxing phone card. I told you that. Publicly, I said it. I said to you as well, for the time you're talking about oil being pumped first, oil, I said to you all, get loans. Don't wait for money to come. Borrow money. I said, boy, borrow money. You got to get money. If you pumping oil out to the sea, how you telling me you have to, oh, no, we're not going to take any loan. You're a madman. We think Ashley singing to you all. Ashley think got money like crazy now to spend and still taking loans. I said, take loans. Borrow money against the oil you have and start building roads like crazy across this country. Give people money. Remove taxes from many things. And support it, buffer it with the loans. No, Jordan is a business scholar. No, we don't have to do that. He didn't respond to me directly, but he responded to me indirectly. So all y'all who are die-hard PNC people, don't come up the street tonight because I don't tolerate foolishness. I didn't vote for any one of y'all, so I got a right to talk. Piggy, road fix. By Valerie, road fix up until a certain point. Mayor, road fix a certain point. PNC other way, party you fix it up to where you live. Up to where your children live. And everybody else figure out how you get home. Up to your family lives, and everybody has figured out how to get home. By Figgy, the road could have been done. Dead trap. And I said to you publicly, Granger, this is absolute madness. You cannot pass through Linden and gone all the way to let them mad and all the time. I'm talking not you as a person. I'm talking about the reference to a party. You all passed through here and gone anyway. I don't make excuses for you because the fact is the fact. Now, Edgel came on Saturday past, and Edgel said, all these years you all had, and they spent X amount of money in Linden. And now we're here. And within 1 year, we spend more money than y'all in your 4 years or 3 years. Yep. And I told you years ago, Granger, I told you, Granger, I told you that if ever the TV could say that, it'd be a disgrace and a slap to y'all. And they said it. And they said it on Saturday. I just said, remember I told y'all, because I told you before, there is no way that it makes any sense. Let me just bring you up to speed. It makes no way, no sense in the world for me to be driving that rough back road for 2 years. That doesn't make any sense. And I couldn't understand how Linden people could just drive this road. The rain, it's rain, the road is now like a grater, like a scrubbing board. And you all driving. Nobody complain. Oh, Nigel must complain. Or Sharma must complain. Figgy's writing, of course, his pieces all the time and publishing them about his contribution. And you remember Parliament. And look at the road you have to drive to go home. I guess since we're across the river. But we don't have any public agitation anymore. It's all a pick up for the fan, fix the roof, man. Yeah. I get a figure, get. Or get I don't know what happens. I'm just saying maybe that's what it is. There's no public outcry. There's no saying here what happened. If you can't fix this Nakadok road and make it smooth, none of y'all driving in it. Oh, we don't have that anymore in Linden. We have lost the chutzpah. We've lost the gonads. You have not we all have lost the testicular fortitude, the seed to stand like a man and say, if you don't fix this road and make it at least comfortable for people, you don't come in it. They can't do that either. So I said, this ain't working for me. And I did broadcast to that effect. Edric came and announced on Saturday that road would now have asphalt on it. And he said he has a friend in London. I don't think so, but everybody looked around and started laughing. Many people looked at me. And I said, well, put like 2 right in the back of the meeting. Because if you want to make it political rally, then stop. I could heckle. I said, no, put light in the road too. Don't just put asphalt. But look at this Edgel. No, he's creating a bigger problem now because you have the bridge. The fence, they're cutting off people from crossing the bridge. And rightly so they can't cross the construction site. And then you do asphalt road in Nakada. So you have 2 roads now shut off with machinery having to work on them every so often. And buddy, what you should have done was fix Nakadak first and then start on the bridge after. I mean, that makes sense to me. I told you this for years ago. When the bridge had the problem first, I told you that, Edgel. When you were working on Coswina Drive, when they had a culvert issue, I took your house, I said to you all, listen to me. Fix one first, then open it, start on the second one. That's what you do across the board in which you have sense. You have bypass or detours, you fix the detour. Then you go somewhere else. So now you have the bridge. Coswina Drive is impossible. Just and how the chaos in reference to the lanes and the junction at Washington Road. Now you have Nakadak bypass road will be under construction. So we'll be driving. But Edgel had fun. And I don't have anything personal against Edgel, honestly speaking, because Edgel is a politician. And Edgel is an old school politician, not like them young cat feelings dummies you have to deal with. So Edgel like to talk as normally as ever. As much as you see me abused and carry on it by Edgel, I'm telling you, I know because I study people. I study people very deeply. Edgel and I could talk as normally as ever. Because he knows that it is nothing personal. I have an issue with things he does, and certain decisions he would make or be made to make, and I would tell him that. And that's the real answer for me. But there's no ill will and I hate you. I don't do that. I hate people who are inherently evil. And there aren't many people those like those who can come close to me. But if you listen to basic suggestions and you have certain people around you instead of just lackeys and yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, life will be better. Fix the bypass road first, then move to the bridge, or create other roadways. Don't have the big, humongous fence. Make other roadways so people can have easy access to where they have to go home. Cut across certain parts of like if you have to do something. But no, damn. Mark Phillips took the microphone in his red shirt, and he decided that there's going to be a full-blown political rally. And he said it, this is political. Yes, it is. But it's not a political rally, because decisions made by any government official is a political one. How the country is governed is political, but it is not a political rally, and that's what you wanted to make it. So Philip started to talk about so many things that the PPP is doing, and who could come on board and whatever else it is. I am a businessman. I went to sign a contract. That's a business arrangement. I honestly had to do a site visit in Georgetown for about 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock. And I was in Linden because of political rally. That's what it was. And people had to sit there and do all that. Say, Jackie born again, walk past. And it was such a fella saying, yeah, look, yeah, why don't come and talk and say, well, we gave you a contract? Yeah, bad talking about we could get your contract. I mean, this woman is so crass, untrained, uncouth. Jackie Bone has to be bridled like a horse. Nobody from the PP camp on Saturday when I went to sign a contract said to me, though, hey, what are you doing here? No, because you know, I'm a businessman. I came to do business. And I don't tolerate foolishness. When I went to sign the contract, let's get to what I want to talk about now. There were people there. I just spoke to those who helped when there was a storm. I know I could see through all these things, man. Oh, we had the storm and stuff like that. People help, and then he announced that those who help, you'll be the first to be awarded with the contract. So they got the contract. I understand. But nobody just jump up on it and say, hey, let's go help. No. You cannot just go help and build people houses just like that. There had to be conversation before that. I'm a grown man. But anyway, fine. Again, I started with it, and then they called for Genesis Construction Logistics to go to sign the contract. This is where I want you to pay very careful attention now. I went and I signed a contract. I expect, as is the case even on a private basis, if you and I are going to sign a contract, I would expect that you will have your copy of the contract and I will have mine, so that we can both assess whether we are keeping the arrangements made in the said contract. This is basic contract law. I have to be privy to what I'm signing. I have to know what I'm signing to, and then I have to have a copy of what I'm signing, or the original, whatever it is. So I have to know if you say according to part 6 of the contract or chapter 7 of the contract, you are in breach. I have to be able to say, oh, no, I'm not, because it stated this. I signed. I thought that I received it. So I asked the question and said, okay, where's the contract? You'll get it. I went to do business with the highest arm of the state in reference to where business is done for contractors. That is Ministry of Public Works. Because they don't sign contract with Ali or Ashley Singh to do contract work, road work. But when you have 400 people pushing to sign and just, oh yeah, we make history today, let's sign off. You made history for the PPP. In reference to political image. What have you made for the people who don't know anything about contractual arrangement? The devil, disaster, and chaos. And this is not Edgill's problem. This is where a political system has been created to say, okay, you, the Prime Minister Phillips, you, that's what got to me.
Edward is one thing, but you stood there in your red shirt and say you have to wear red. Yeah, we wear red, but because they got to know, and you could wear red and all kinds of nonsense you talk, and you couldn't take the time as a prime minister, paid to be one, to say before you got here, these contractors must have the contract in their hand. You don't even take time to think like that, because for you it's just political hockey you're playing. So if you don't have a contract in hand, what are you bound to? Huh? So people in Kamaka Mines who got 39 contracts signed, what are they doing? Because in the contract, they're supposed to be, for example, Genesis Construction Logistics, you're building lot X to the dimensions, this, that. If it's meters or feet, whatever you want to use, 90 meters or 40 meters by 10 meters or 4 meters, whatever it is, people have to know. But 4 meters, and it has to be, let's say, 30 centimeters deep, which is a foot. You have to have dimensions and measurements clearly marked. The design of the road, the structure has to be present. Leola, good to see you. Why is that important? Because how do you, if I decide to use 2 inches instead of 8 inches, or 4 cm instead of 16 cm, how you can tell me I'm wrong? I'll tell you what happened. They would have had to have been political instructions given. Just give the people this contract to sign, because we have to make this statement. And then we figure out after a while, they get a contract, they get the bill of quantities, they get everything later on, man. Let's say just, and do I join you? Are a regional executive officer. You are an administrator of Region 10, and you have no shame, because you can't stand up to anybody. You have no sense and no shame. You cannot risk saying we have to ensure that because we do business here in Region 10, business has to be done properly. The people have their contracts in hand. They could. I have an accountant that I work with. I don't work with me and do. I don't do this like that. I have an office of accounting office that I deal with. My accountant, the lawyer, they have no information. My colleague call me later, no problem. They have no information to work with. I don't have any information to work with. I haven't even been able to read what the contract is. But you may say to me, why did you sign it? Because I said to you, I sat and I signed because I was of the view that I was going to receive it. So once you said sign it, okay, I sign it. And then I said, okay, for me, remember I have people waiting for me in Georgetown for me to do the site visit. So in my head, I'll get the contract and I'm going to read to read it on the way down or when I stop. No. There's no PQ prepared properly. You'll get it later. So we 1 hour in, and we're not done yet. So at that forum, and I'm saying this public for understand my position. Jill and I shook hands and we talk. Why? Because Jill and I have no beef, man. You gotta understand that. I could go, I know, and he could tell me I'm wrong. Tomorrow I could go to Jill's office if he's there and sit and talk this problem with him, which I would do. All right? Because this is something we have to get ironed out. And I'm saying it's not his issue. He is a political servant and a political animal. The PS, the public permanent secretary, you have a critical part to play in this. Shalom. So I was told, okay, you'll get a copy of the contract. Now, in my head, now that's Saturday. Okay. Yet again, I had to present the same documents I presented 1 week before. I had to bring the same thing back again. And I have one to add because they didn't have that. So, okay, fine. I'll get it sorted out for you. No problem. And that's because of where, again, I say to you all, I don't have an accounting office I work with in Linden. So because of where my accounting office is, I have my documents in that accounting office. I do business. I know no bottomless contractor. So for me, give me time as a businessman. You contact me, time me up. Don't you call me 6:30 Saturday morning. Yesterday was a different story. So I said, okay, all right, we'll sign the contract because I was expecting to have one in my hand to read. Just like when I'm building a house for someone, I say, okay, then where's the plan? Anybody do it, you know that. Do you have a plan? Yes, I need to have the plan in my hand. Okay? Now, and I said, hold on, man. Right. I looked around the room and I said, nail salon, hairdressing salon, eyelash salon, building a road. Now I understand. I told you, I said it publicly before. I know the games. I said to people, if you have a business license, come and register. Because I'm not going to allow Linden to be shortchanged. So if the people want to play a game, and that's what PNC should have done, I said, come, let's play the same game then. If they want to have toenail specialists building a road, you come as toenail specialists and sign to build a road too. Because I'm not going to let one side have all the fun in the world. No, we playing this game here. And I said that. That's not secret. It's on my other broadcast. I said it publicly. If they want to play this game, anybody who got business registration, come. And we sort it out afterwards. Because I'm prepared to lend myself in reference to knowledge and whatever else I have to do to help you all. But you have to be strong enough to stand for something. There's no one-sided affair here. Casting concrete from a truck into a farm is about the easiest thing you can do. The hardest part of this whole situation is how do you screed it, or what you call level it off. In this case, you have to agitate the concrete to ensure it can settle properly and you don't have air pockets inside. But that's another story for you all. Good. But I said, hold on, buddy. This game ain't gonna play like that. If you want to have eye tech, nail tech, low tech, no tech, dentist, ear, nose, and throat, whatever you want. If they could do it, we doing the same thing. I'm not talking about PNC here. I'm talking about Linders in general. I commit to that. Because nobody can get away with this nonsense on the PP camp and the PNC camp, and other Linders mustn't benefit. No, I don't care who you are. I saw the game and I said, okay, you want to play chess with me? I love to play chess. So we play chess. We play hopscotch. We play chess here. You want to bring public servant? When did you ever see? Oh, I'm a public servant, but I'm a contractor too. So when you get a chance to come and work on a people contract, that's all I need to know. If you're a public servant, where would you have the time to show up to work on the people's contract on a road, not on a little bridge we could do afternoon time? When? Huh? So let's play the game. Let's all play the game then, no problem. And the very few of us who are there you go. Michael is civil engineer. I love that. Well, we talk for sure. That's what happened. Those of us who have legitimate construction companies registered and who you see working, no man. If y'all got sense, let's help the people too. Because it's not that difficult to do. So we signed. As I said to you all, Edgel and I spoke, and I had no issue with that. Edgel, and they can attest who were present. I said, I am going to wait my turn. I ain't going to go in front because I'm some social media influencer, whatever you want to come here. No, I don't go by those titles. If we have to wait, I will wait. And of course, my appointment got cancelled because nobody's going to wait for me in Georgetown forever to show up from Linden. Of course, the road is bad, it's back full of traffic, whatever it is. So I missed my appointment Saturday, thanks to a 3-hour long or whatever it is political rally. That's the beginning. I got a call the other day. 6:30 or so in the morning or 7 o'clock that I have to go for a site visit at 8:30. I'm a businessman. I have things to do. And we're doing business with the state. This is not a normal private customer. This is the state that should be A1. You pay engineers, you have people all across the country, so you're all A1. I got a call, site visit. Okay then, on my motorcycle because the bridge is a headache. So I got on my motorcycle and rode across the bridge because I didn't want to deal with the traffic. Got there at 8:25, maybe 8, yeah, just about all time. Someone was there, Ministry of Works people there, and me and Tom got alone. I'm a businessman. If you say there's going to be a site visit, then people need to be on time. I am a businessman. And they're dividing the roads, hear me carefully now. There's 160 something roads to be built in Linden at the same time. Can you wrap your minds around that? That there are 165 or more roads being built in Linden at the same time. The same deadline, December 29th. Because money has to be spent. And when money is spent, they'll say, okay, then, and I love them for that. No, there's no bidding. There's no bidding. No, I didn't have to bid for anything. They don't have to bid for anything here because the contract was set below a certain threshold and it's a political decision that was made. So we don't follow the bidding process. And now you have in Linden 165 roads with 300 plus contractors working at the same time. In some cases, 4 and 5 people are working on the same road, just in different sections. And they do that. They do it so you could divide the money. Instead of one man having a $45 million road, you have 3 people having $50 million road. That's be less than $40 million. So 4 people having 12 point something million dollar road. Now, or 11 point something million dollars. People of Guyana. If you have not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sections of road. So this is the road here. One person build this piece, another person build this piece, another person build a piece, and then together you have the road completed. If the person in the middle here doesn't know squat about what they're doing, and number 4 and number 1 know what they're doing, maybe number 3, what do you think will happen to this road? If the engineer fails this lot 2, and you have to excavate lot 2, what happened to lot 3? Because you just grind the road and of course your screen so you could move forward, move on again. So what happens? Can you tell me, please? I want you all to tell me, how do we have a situation in our country where just because a political party wants to make a political statement for brownie points, being cliche, how do you do something so insane? Now, you say that those of us who've been registered for how long? Listen, let us have those who've been registered in business for quite a while. You all step on the scene and you work with those who don't know. Of course, maybe as consultants, you got to pay whatever you have to do, and they would cover you. I could understand that arrangement probably because maybe you want to say let's divide the money among as many people so people get money and we could make a big statement. All right. But for heaven's sake, how you got somebody who is an ear doctor, as they call it? Somebody else, I do eyebrow, but I'm a contractor. Somebody else works in the regional office, but you're a contractor. Is that not conflict of interest? Well, that's another story. That's all right. You looking for trouble. So for me, I'm asking basic questions here. where is the bill of quantities? If we're going to do a site inspection, at least I have to have in my hand a bill called a BQ or an engineer's estimate of some sort to show me you have got lot 2 and this is what the materials you're going to need. I'm not at the worst part yet. So in my head, I'll be presented with this so that I can be on the site to see that the contract says this and the site is here, hence this is what I'm doing. There's no contract. As the old people say, go with the too long hand. The too long arms. Huh? Because the political decision being made to say, we already see the people get a contract, so we're going to do what we got to do now. Engineers, y'all on hellfire now because y'all have to do whatever it takes to make everyone else look good. I understand the deal. But I will step up if ever the contractors want to be are going to be pressured to make Edgel or Barrett or Afan look good. We never play in this game. This is not a cause a problem broadcast. This is an informative broadcast for us to get things right. Now, if you want to duck and cut corners and do what you got to do, y'all could do that. But I don't play that game. I don't play certain games. I don't build structures without a plan. And you're not going to tell me to build a whole road without a plan. That's not the bad part. That's not the bad part. Here's the sweetest part. So, we're standing there, and I have an interest. I have a public interest in work being done in Linden. You all should know that by now, again, in general. So I'm informed that you signed the contract on Saturday. 7 days after you sign the contract, you're supposed to start working. Now that's the part that here take the cake, the white pudding, the black pudding, the sour. It took the barra, the sour. It took the popcorn with caramel poured on it. This took all. You signed the contract on Saturday. So 7 days from after you signed the contract, you're supposed to start working. Now here, you all don't laugh at me, I'm very serious, right? Me, like, well, wait a minute. You don't have a contract in your hand. You don't have a bill of quantities in your hand. You do not even have the measurements of your road in your hand, right? But you have to start working. 7 days. You know why? Because there's certain people who were set up already and who know exactly what they have to do. So if I bring 3 people, remember bring one, remember the Ponzi scheme? Just bring 2, bring any 2, just bring 2. Say if I know a road has 4 or 5 sections and I got the deal, know what to do, and 4 people, I don't have to wait for anything because I already know exactly what I have to do. So I build the road for everybody and get paid. And you don't show up as a sham. But I'm sorry for people who went there thinking of think sharing, just get contract, man. Think sharing, just try and get something. I'm really sorry for you. Because when you run there now to get something, you're not like me who'll be able to sit here and rationalize with an engineering head. Hey, how am I building a road and I don't know the dimensions of the road? How am I acquiring material? How am I getting the BRC? What gauge? BRC is not BRC. How thick is it in term diameter? Huh? Additionally, have you thought that if you have 400 contractors working at the same time, where are the workers coming from? Listen to me, man. Listen to me, Doc. All right. So right, Winter. They say I just said we're not discriminating. Look around the room. We have, of course, he spoke to all these African descendants are there. So how are we discriminating at all these black people here? Yeah, but if you look at what you're doing to them, though. So let me just close with this on the table tonight. For one, let me make this clear to you all. If I do not possess a contract in my hand, you don't tell me to start anything. Let's get certain things clear here. If I do not have at least the bill of quantities in my hand, I don't have the right to start anything. If I don't have, worst of all, a notice to proceed or to commence, in the US it's called NTP, in Ghana maybe NOC, NTC, notice to commence or notice to proceed. If I don't have a notice in my hand to do work, I'm not doing any public work, because I am not supposed to be paid without notice to work. If I do that, the engineer could come, the clerk of works could come, the engineer could come, anybody could come and say, who tell you to start working here? Come off the site. And then London make the news and Jackie show up. Hey, London get you some construction site. But if you give me in my hand a notice to proceed or notice to commence, you have said to me that I am supposed to start working. And I ask, now I have a team to work. I have workers in reference to we work together. I call them work, they work with me. So I have a team, we work together. It's easy for me to do. Very easy. But I'm saying this because I feel for those who jump in the frying pan thinking we can just make money. I'm sorry for y'all, honestly. I feel for y'all. And I'm asking publicly, Jill, please make this sensible. If people don't know what to do, let them pay those who know what to do. I said them pay me. Let them pay those who know what to do and get this thing done. And work out, they could work out in your office, whatever percentage they get, but don't do this. People can fail miserably. You'll have more than, in my estimation, 60 or 70% of these contracts will fail because they're not contractors. And if you leave them to do it for real, they're going to fail. And they're just going to scrap and grab workers from all over the place and they sell. Now, I must commend Warner Jill for telling people publicly, don't think you're bringing no hotel Spanish here. I love that. He said local jobs. Where are you finding them from? Where would you find all these Guyanese nationals to work from at the same time? In Linden? Huh? Come on, man. Those who have contracts, you have to work together. Y'all, please have sense. Work together, as Edgel said, because he said certain things are very, very important and very quite sensible. Work together. If you know that you don't know, don't show up like a big contractor, big engineer. Hush. And let people cover you. Because I'm saying to y'all again, if Region 6 could play the game, if Region 3 could play the game, if Region 5 could play the game, if perhaps Region 2, whatever else you are, could play the game, Region 10, we ain't play with y'all. We got this luck. We could do the same thing too. Because I don't intend for any part of the world that I'm working on to fail, because when you have to activate that, you affect the integrity of somewhere else. So I don't intend to play this game. We will do this together. If Region 6 will get away with it, we can get it right in Region 10. Y'all don't fight. And don't drop it over your PNC, I'm a PB. I love to see that. I would love to see lot 1 is the PVP hardcore, lot 2 is AFC, lot 3 PNC hardcore, lot 4 TCL or TCI. I want to see 4 political parties having 4 sections of road to build. And let me tell you how I'm going to make out. That'll be fun. All right. But I'm telling you all, as Lindeners, if a man bring his dog, his cat, his rat, because I already see through all your plan, man. His dog, his cat, his mother, the rat, the mother toenail, the grandfather earring, and he just bring anything that had a face and sign a contract. Listen to me, Doc. I hope that all y'all fall in the same pool and work together in your con. Because the skullduggery is too glaring. Honestly speaking, it is too ridiculous. And if this is going to be that you show up in Linden and say that Lindeners must build 160 plus roads within 28 days, or just about a little more than 28 days, we're playing some games here now. I'm not talking because I have a problem, because to me, 3 people could do the section of road that I may have to do when I see it, depending on the size. This is basic. I told you, setting form is nothing hard to do. It's the easiest thing to do. If you know what you're doing, you level the form, get the right angles, whatever it is in reference to slope, and if they want slope, whatever they want, you set the form up, ensure the form is secure, and you have to do what you have to get done. It's simple. This is too basic. So that's why people wrote the bill and just busted the money like crazy. Lindeners, we working together. I came to make a public announcement tonight. I don't care who you are. We will work together because you have to get paid. I will not sleep if I could say, well, I understand construction. I do so many things whatever else it is, and I would just leave it to suffer. I'm not doing that. Whether you're PNC, whether you're PP, whether you're Jackie or whoever it is, at the end of the day, you're going to deal with this differently because you're disrespectful. But I'm not playing with that in reference to allowing a community to suffer. I will get the point. Because I don't live in Wisma. I live in Mackenzie. It is not fair to somebody in Wisma for me and Jackie to have a business so I let the road fail. That's not okay. It is not okay for you to have personal issues in reference to a job. The people have to have good enough roads to last for decades. That's what's in my head. This is personal here. So I'm not going to undermine and backstab and no, it's not happening like that. I'm going to watch you do something where I know you're going to fail and let you fail because I want to look good on the side. It's not happening like that either. Lindeners, we would not allow this to fall. Good. However, I'm telling you all from now, when it comes to telling me to work without legally binding documents, I don't play that game. So let's get certain things clear. If you don't know what you're doing, and you have a document to say that, okay, then you're qualified to do it, maybe you will have a consultant paid or whatever. I don't know what you're going to do. But when it comes to telling anybody that without the bill of quantities, 1 second to you, I'll answer the question already. Without the BQ, bill of quantities, without a contract, worse, without a contract, how do you tell somebody who's doing business with the state? I'm doing business with Theodore, I'm doing business with Yola, I'm doing business with your chef, I'm doing business with any Guyanese. All Guyanese people I'm doing because I'm potentially employed to do your business on your behalf, to do business with the state. They're not spending PPP's money, they're spending your money. So if I don't have a contract in my hand and I don't have the notice to commence the work in my hand, I cannot begin to work. I don't play that. I don't play that. The people must have quality, excellent roads, but I must have protection for my business. I'm a businessman. I ain't somebody just say, hey, come to London, they get caught, and get one. I'm not the kind of person. So Theodore is asking me through like I was told that I'm working at 1 Mile Playground Road. Right, Theodore? 1 mile playground road. I'm supposed to do a section of that road. Genesis Construction and logistics is supposed to do a section of that road. I don't play secrets. I'm doing business with the state. And when you sign contract with the state, it is open to public, to the audit, general auditing. Just you understand that. So I'm saying to you all the clear part here. The clear part here. Listen to the other part. Contractors who run and say, hey, they get a contract there, they get a contract. Hold on, let me make this clear to you all here. Please. Please. Don't take setup. Contractors, I'm talking to you all because you're who say contractors. Let me talk to you right here. Once you sign a contract with the Ministry of Public Works, which would be the state of Guyana, you all hear me clearly, please. It's concrete, you should. Concrete roads. Everything is concrete road. That is deeper. Asphalt road is too difficult. That's too much money. Little boys can qualify for asphalt road. They have to have machinery and whatever. There's only a few of them will get that kind of stuff. We can't have a contract and then source the equipment from another company to build it. No, I know the deal, so that's fine. But hear me carefully here. Hear me clearly here. You see, if you take the contract, 12 million, my contract is for $12 million. The one that given to Genesis Construction is supposed to be for $12 million. If you take this money and you make $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 million, whatever you make, $6 million, whatever it is you say you make. Listen to me, please, carefully. And you want to buy fancy car? You want to buy a fancy car and dance around the place? Listen to me carefully. You will escape now because it's here when they have a ball. But there's something called the Guyana Revenue Authority, GRA. They didn't tell you. Let me just pour some of your bubble. So when you, madam contractor, who ear, nose, and throat, or clean your teeth contractor, or comb your beard contractor, or cornrow contractor, wherever it is you are, you're a contractor. Let me just help you with this. And you get contract to build road. You pay somebody to build a road for you. You think, okay, let me get this amount of money, get on money, get on money, and you bust up your money, and you get a $1 million. Say, I step in now. I can pay enough for a car because out of $12 million, I dole out 11, and I make $1 million because I have to do anything. I just sit in my shop and come here and get $1 million. Let me tell you something. When it comes to taxation, GRA is coming to you to give account for the $12 million. Just know that. Just know that. So when you give this one their portion and that one their portion, and you pay off somebody else to do work for you, they don't have to pay squat for what you did. So when January comes or February comes and they announce another set of contracts, and Barrett say, okay, then we stop you from getting contract, just submit your compliance, you're dead. As the old man said, dead like Tony Boer, because you have not paid your taxes. You have not even accounted for the government's money, for the state money. It's our money. Just know that. So if you could duck and hide and seek and put contract in back pocket and not tell nobody nothing, that's why I said it is public knowledge. Once I engage the state in a contract, it is public knowledge how much money the contract is worth. So it's no secret. Now, what is made in reference to profit is my business, and that'll be submitted to GRA in reference to whatever it is that has to happen. But that's why I said I'm a businessman. I have accountants who I work with, buddy. People don't feel that I'm so insane that I'm just be crazy and enter up an arrangement with the Guyana government, as they call it, with the Guyana Revenue Authority right behind there, and then I can account to my accountant about what money is spent, and I have no document in reference to a notice to proceed or the bill of quantities. So what is my accountant measuring the money with? Michael, NIS too, because I have to be NIS compliant. Hold on, you hear laugh. You hear a lot of laugh. Because some of y'all will never see another contract again. Since you won't be able to pay off your money in reference to GRA, and you will not be able to clear NIS, which you have to clear to be compliant. So when you give this man the money and that one money, and when you see your boy bring you, the mother, the father, the daughter, the dog, the cat, the rat, even going to go to roach from under the fridge and bring it to get a contract, Mr. Roach, you have to pay the state. It's called taxation. And may I inform you, the wonderful, goodly, nice ladies and gentlemen, GRA are trained, like with the IRS, I guess, in the head, to wait sometimes for 3, 4 years, 5 years, and then come and tell you had a contract in 2024. Me? When, because you never know, you can't remember because you're not a contractor. I don't do hair, I do nail, you do nail and toe. Come, you sign here for 12, 13, or $40 million. We have not seen an income tax return that reflects this money here. Talk to us. And then they see that you have a big fancy shop and they already check your bank account. And the poor you sitting on the $1.4 million gone because they put interest in it. And you have to pay now maybe $3 million. You're done with. Try. You let them boys set you all up and you run ahead of them and you take $1 million. Hey man, I get cool, man. I just go sign my name and then man give back $1 million. You play the fool. They give you $1 million in your hand, but you have to account for 12 or 13 or 14. Just know that. They ain't tell you the part. Now, once you see you end up in Tango Tech, according to my grandmother, call me. Because I'll send you straight to the tax agent that I work with, and you're going to pay them. Because it's not free. Once you call me, you got to pay. Because you didn't go, you have sense. You want a quick money. So you pay the tax agent that I work with. In all of this, there's nothing free for some of y'all. Because you allow yourself to be used. Try. You're going to leave me a tell. Some of y'all will be. I know some people, some people will lay at night and cry and say, God, why did I ever go under that tent and sign my name? You watch. Let me tell you all this. There's some folk who call and say, who to the people, I signed a contract. Where getting cement from? Where's the cement from? How you are a contractor and you don't even know where to get stone or cement from? Huh? Oh man! How you're contracting? You have to be, what's a BQ? What's a BQ? What's bill of quantity? What do you mean? What bill we got to pay? How you're contracting? You're asking people what bill you have to pay. You don't have to pay a bill of quantities. It's a list of the things that you have to do and how much you have to get and so on. Oh my God. Oh man. Anyway, I have said my part and I made my part very clear to you all. I am asking those of you as polite as possible. Don't come to me with any sellout talk. Allah can't talk because you had a contract. Don't disrespect me because it won't be nice. I have spoken, but I'm not going to be a toy to any stupid person. Lindeners will benefit. You there, stay where you're there. Because I want to talk proper English right now. Stay where you're there. But don't disrespect anybody here because they will live. I'm playing with y'all. So when it comes to quality of work, we will get that right. But I don't ever subscribe to you. I'm warning you, don't start work if you don't know what you have to do. Because the engineer, the clerk of work could fail just for the sake of failing. But when you have in your hand what you have to do, and you do that, nobody could fail you. Take warning. All right? Good. So y'all do well. And I will keep you posted as the work begins in reference to the part that I have to do. I'll make it public because I know just what I'm doing. This is chess. You want to play hopscotch? and Leti and Jax, we play chess with this one right here, because you will see the quality of work produced by Genesis, construction, and logistics. And then you will tell me what disqualifies us from doing business with the state. It's that simple, because I'm a businessman. Teachers, there you go, Theo. Theo, maybe you got to come and let's do tomorrow. Listen to me, honestly speaking. Teachers, Leola, maybe you should do this again, please. This right here is important. Maybe if you don't mind, I'll ask you, let's do a live broadcast together. You can help them, please. I don't want to see Londoners fail. I don't have bad mind and bad heart and dirty mind. I don't play the game. I don't care what it is. I'm saying that if the people road has to be done, let the road be done properly. That's what I'm saying to you. I don't care who do what and who get it and who get. Let the roads be done to standards that make it last 20, 30, 40 years. Like Tugboat Park, Festival City, those roads lasted for decades and they were concrete roads because we're done right. Good. So Leola, let's do that if you don't mind. Let's have a broadcast done because we need to help these people. I could see failure written all over the wall here. Please, let's do this together if we can and help these people. Please, because disaster awaits. And I would not be heartened to know that one part of the road get passed, the other part fail, another section pass, another two section fail. I don't know what kind of road that'll be. As I've said to you all as well, you contractors, listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me carefully. If you know that you don't know what you're doing, pay somebody to get it done. Don't make a fool of yourself because you lose big time. You can't be ignorant and cheap at the same time. Let the people get their money. Don't cut corners and play a crook. If not, your work can be failed and you have to pay. They didn't tell you all these things. They can levy against you because you took the contract and you failed, so they can come after you for money. They didn't tell you these things yet because you haven't seen the contract. Thank you, Leola. So we'll make arrangement. I'll chat with you soon and we'll come and talk pretty soon because we don't want to start in chaos. Okay? So listen to me. I don't want to hear anything, but no 7 days after you sign a contract, you have to start working. I start working when I have a notice to proceed and when I have a contract in hand. It's that simple for me. Right? Y'all do well. Take care. Bye-bye.